Queenpreneurs or Christian female entrepreneurs cannot make money. Did you hear that? Yes, they can. I am here today to talk about the truth about queenpreneurship and how to profit from it. Oh, we've got a lot to discuss, and I want to make sure that you stay tuned. But a queenpreneur is a Christian female entrepreneur. Oh, yeah, she has her own business. But let me just give you a few statistics. You know that only 12% of female business owners make more than $100,000 a year? And this percentage is reducing every year. And that statistic was from 5 years ago. 49% of new business owners are women. That was based on a 21 and a 23 survey. Very interesting. If women and men participated equally in entrepreneurship, the global GDP, it says, could rise by up to 6%, boosting the global economy by $2.5 to $5 trillion. The future collective power of women entrepreneurs could be transformational in creating a better balance and a more sustainable global economy. Now, if this is true, which I believe it is, if we are in business, then we need to do more. But why are we not profitable? Why are we not making money? I told you we're making less than $100,000 a year. That's not going to be sustainable in the future. Women business owners then are pack a powerful economic footprint, generating currently $2.7 trillion in annual revenue and employ 12.2 million people. So the success rate, though, is going to determine whether or not we're going to continue in this pattern. It depends on the length of time that you've been an entrepreneur. Statistics show that the first 2 years, about 20% of new businesses fail in their first 2 years. 45% fail in the first 5 years, 65% in the first 10 years, and only 25% of new businesses make it past 15 years. Well, when we talk about being able to profit, that is going to go into it, because if I'm not making money, honey, I am not going to stay in business. And I don't think you will either. So we've got to get profitable. There's some things that we need to do. So let's talk about it. Well, before I do that, that's just general for female Christian entrepreneurs. What about Christian-based or faith-based entrepreneurs? Why are we failing? Some of it is our mindset, because some of us think, hey, if you're a Christian entrepreneur, you shouldn't be making money. You should be so much more concerned about helping the people. Well, guess what? We are about serving, but it doesn't say that we should be self-sacrificing and not make any money for what we do. That is a fallacy, and we need to change the game on that. That is a mindset shift that definitely needs to happen. Why? Because we have to recognize that we should make both a difference and a dollar. And I'm all for it. So I want to make sure that we move into this. Now, let me just tell you, a queenpreneur, and I call you queens, ladies. Why? Because we should see ourselves through the eyes of the cross. We should recognize that what we bring to the table is different. We should be shining. Our shields of faith should be linked together. We need to put feet to our faith so that we can walk victoriously. But we have to recognize that it takes a lot of effort. It takes confidence. It takes determination. It takes a lot, but we're grounded on the principles of God in doing so. So I want to make sure that we're doing it right, because we got to figure out those profitable things. So let me do this. There are some problems, all right? And when I say come to the couch, we want to get comfortable. I want you to recognize that I'm just going to be honest and truthful with you as best as I can. Those of you who know me know, you'll find out. It'll come through. So stay to the end, because I want to make sure I give you as much value as possible. I've been doing this for a while now. I didn't start off wanting to be an entrepreneur. So let me just start there. Business ownership is a lot to take on. And it's a lot easier to work for someone, but it's a lot limiting also to work for someone. They tell you how much they're going to give you for the services that you provide. And when you finally figure out that, of course, they want to make a profit too, so they're making a profit off of you profiting them, you recognize that if you're in that number one seat, that CEO position, you can make the most from that. Here's what I'm also going to say, Queenpreneur. God has gifted you in such a fashion that you are not like anybody else. You bring so many qualities to the table that you should always be shining. The Bible tells us in Matthew, it says that you're like a city that is set on a hill. It's not supposed to be hidden, but you're supposed to let your light shine before men that they might see your good works and then glorify your Father in heaven. Stop playing small. I'm getting ahead of myself. I know that for a fact. I recognize I'm not this or that. I'm this and that, just like you are. I noticed, I talked with my massage therapist this morning. Just had a massage. Yeah, you got to do that self-care too. But listen, and talking with her, not only does she massage, but she's a doula and she's homeschooling her kids. She's doing so many things because we as women are built like that. I want you to recognize the value that you bring to the table, the importance that you bring, and you should value it. If you don't value it, no one else will either. Oh, but I got to get to the how you're going to be profitable, right? That's why I wrote a few notes, because I've got so much to unpack and share with you. I don't want to keep you here all day because I know you don't have that kind of time. So let me just jump to some of the points. Another statistic, a 50-year-old founder is nearly twice as likely to succeed than a 30-year-old founder. So the older you get, probably the wiser, but I think that statistic is changing today. I'm seeing so many young entrepreneurs jumping into this space. Oh, and I applaud you, but recognize that experience plus expertise is really going to get you where you need to go. Others are going to see you more as credible, but that's a topic for a later date. Serial entrepreneurship outperforms new entrepreneurs by 98% higher in their sales. Why? Because you've got more than one business going on. And we'll talk about the fact that sometimes we start with it as a hobby or start doing MLM, marketing, direct sales, things of that sort. And so we might have 2 or 3 things going on until we find the one thing that really sets our passion on fire, and we know that we're fulfilling a divine calling that God has for us. That's where we really want to get to. And then if we can put all of our effort into that, things really do change. All right, so let me jump onto this. Successful entrepreneurs spend time with their families, and 58% spend time with loved ones in the evenings, and 55% devote their weekends to them. Wow. What do I say about that? It really is never too late to be an entrepreneur. Now, my journey started after I got married. My ex-spouse was one that was big on having his own business. Well, we had several businesses along the way. Well, it started off as a cappuccino business, and we were bringing cappuccino machines into different business establishments, restaurants, if you would. I wasn't a big fan of it, one, because I wasn't a coffee drinker, and I do believe that you need to be able to test your own product to make sure it's good. But my original degree is electrical engineering, so I'm a problem solver. But I'm also technologically advanced, right? Whether it's on the computer or I'm a do-it-yourselfer, I'm going to figure things out and I'm going to make it work. So I ended up being the technical person to make sure that everything worked within that business. All right, that was my intro. I then ended up owning my own travel agency. That was fun too. I enjoyed that. However, when you have to balance family and all of that goes along with it, you have to recognize that sometimes you can't run the business the way that you want. I believe your business should run according to how you want your business to run. So, that's another topic for another day, because it's a difference between you working on your business and working in your business. But I got to get back to this because I promised you, and I'm going to stick to my word, and I'm going to give you some of the things that you need to do in order to make sure that you're profitable. All right, so number 1, Sometimes we treat a business as a side hustle. It's a hobby. It's just playing games. We're not making any money and we're not putting the effort in that we really need to in order to be profitable. Can't keep doing that. You either should go all in or don't go at all, is what I say. Dabbling and playing small is not going to get you profitable, right? Because your attention is not there. Your energy is not there. Your focus is not there. So you got to first make sure that you're going all in. So commitment is important. Then thinking that if you don't think profits first, you're not going to be profitable. So here's a question for you. What is the cost of the service or the product that you are producing? What are you selling? If you're selling a book and it's costing you $10, no, let's back it up. Say it's costing you $5 to actually print the book. Then if you only charge $6, what happened to marketing? What happened to distributing? What happened to you being able to mail it out if you're producing it or storing it up if you're having inventory? All of those things need to be taken into account. So even if it costs you $5 to print and you're not going, say, through Amazon, that you're selling it on Amazon, they're taking their percentage too, by the way. And if you're publishing it, usually going to a publishing company, you're only getting 10 to 15% of whatever it costs. You're not making much money. So you have to take the price up in order for you to be profitable. That means that you have to think ahead. How much profit do I want to make? If it's a service, what I am finding is many of us don't value our time. How much time is it costing you to put in? I work with some queenpreneurs and I absolutely love it. And I do it in a group format. One, because there's some benefits to community and accountability and all of that. Another topic for another day. But I do it where it's on my time and they can get the best benefit out of it. My time is valuable, but we shouldn't be trading time for money any longer. When you're an entrepreneur, I want you to start thinking content creation. I want you to start thinking, how can I be Swiss, making sales while I sleep soundly? Now, in my instance where I am actually coaching women, no, I can produce some online courses, but there's nothing like that personalized attention that I get an opportunity to give to them. But my time is valuable. I can't get back the time. Neither can you. So you want to put that into place. All right. And then what is the value of your service? So I identify it as commitment and pricing. If you don't price appropriately, you're not going to be profitable. If you don't have the commitment to really put in the time and the effort and make it a number one priority, you are not going to be profitable. That's just the first two. Now let me move on to the next two. Investing in your own business growth. Many times we say, oh, I made $10, and I go and I immediately spend that $10 on something else. I don't spend $10 on putting back into the products or the services that I have to make sure that they're of excellent quality, or I don't even spend time in putting it into me as the business owner because I need to develop some skill sets. I need to now have a new tool set. I am constantly, I tell people, I'm a perpetual student. Now, some of that comes from the fact that both my parents were teachers. And I said I would never be a teacher. However, I was teaching theology for 20 plus years. Biblical finance was one of those courses, but I taught everything. I say I'm a perpetual student and I love learning. What does that do for me? That means that I'm going to be at the top of my game going forward. I just took a class on Facebook ads. I want to do those ads because I had done them before through a different agency. Didn't see any or didn't materialize any results. Well, if I don't know what I'm looking for or who I'm hiring or what I'm asking them to do, I'm not going to be profitable because I'm going to just keep pouring money, good money after bad, and not seeing any results. That's not the name of the game. That's not being a great business owner, right? So I want to make sure that I pour back into it. Now, some of that is I need to have that growth mindset and not a scarcity mindset. Oh, I don't have that much, so no, I'm going to keep it to myself. but you need to have a plan of investing a specific portion of whatever your profits are back into your business. That's building up you and building up your products or your services that you do have. Okay. It might be upgrading your website. It might be upgrading your product. It might be upgrading you. Let's not forget you do need to invest back into yourself. Additionally to that, I'm going to say we use the excuse of family. As women, we are stretched. Can I get an amen there? We are really stretched with trying to do so many things. Yes, we're taking care of family. We're taking care of friends. We're taking care of parents if you're in that sandwich generation. We're taking care of spouses if you are married. All of those things. And they can pull us and they can, divide our attention. So here's what I say. If you are going to be profitable, you need to prioritize your work. Now, does that mean that you put everybody else on the back burner? No. But I guarantee you, a male business owner is not going to say, I've got to drop everything to go do this for family or friends. Time block. And I actually just told one of my Queenpreneurs that today. Block out the time that you want to use when you've got family that's coming in. That way, when other people are scheduling, they schedule around that time, and you've got a nice balance between work and play, right? Family is important. Relationships are important. Connection is important. But so is your business and your commitment to those clients, those customers you already have. So if you time block, if it's on your schedule, then no one else can say, oh, I didn't know you had something already planned. So plan appropriately. So commitment and pricing was one I talked about. Community and prioritization or these other two. You want to make sure that you're investing. And part of that investment in yourself, I said in the business side, is having the right community, being connected with the right people. Can I tell you, it's hard sometimes to find the right tribe, the one that's going to grow you. You want to be in a place where not only are you heard, not only are you getting the strategies that you need and all of that, but it's an accountability that is necessary to say, hey, I got to check in. Again, more on that later. That's a topic for another day. The last part that I'm going to give you, and I could have said the top 6, I'm just giving you some, is mindset and strategy. So playing small, and we get comfortable with just being okay. Hey, I made $50,000 this year. Oh, that's great. Okay, I'm comfortable at that level. And we don't think bigger. Guess what? The God that we serve does exceeding abundantly above all we could ever hope, ask, or think. Now, aren't we like him? Shouldn't we be thinking bigger? Shouldn't we be thinking that, hey, now if I do make more, I can then employ somebody else, or I could give more, I can do more with it, and my family could be a little bit more comfortable. It's not about being greedy to say, I want to make as much as I can. No, I want to make as much as I can so that I can do kingdom business, that I can give to my family. I can make sure everyone has what they need. I can do scholarships. What have you decide? But you can't decide if you're not making it, right? All right. So you stop your business growth because you're not thinking, where can I go next? Or what's my next level? And then finally, taking too many breaks. And sometimes, some have said that women will take a break their entire summer. If you didn't plan appropriately, and yes, I'm going to tell you, you need rest. You need breaks. That's another topic for a whole nother day. You do need to do that, but you're not profitable because inertia that's keeping something in motion is a lot easier than building up new momentum. Okay. If I've got to go up the hill, it takes a lot more energy to get up that hill or to start that climb than it does once I'm there and I can plateau. Let me give you a real world example that we would think about. It's a lot easier. No, it's a lot harder to start a diet than to stay on one after you start seeing some results. Am I right? Yeah. So we want to make sure we do that. So the 6 that I gave you that keep you from being profitable is your commitment. You're not priced appropriately. You're not in the right community that's going to keep you engaged and moving forward and growing. you're not prioritizing being profitable, you don't have the right mindset to stay profitable, that growth mindset, and you don't have the right strategy to keep it moving. So, what do you need? What's some solutions to that? I've kind of given you a little bit as I was interweaving it, but you need clarity, number one. Clarity on the people that you serve. Yes, you got to know who it is that you're targeting. You've got to know what you're providing for them. You got to know where they are. I mean, that's a whole thing by itself. But then it's not only just the people, but the pricing. You got to price appropriately. You've got to position yourself also as being the expert, the go-to, top of mind for folks, as well as you got a plan to be profitable. So in conclusion, let me just say this. I have the wonderful opportunity of leading a Queenpreneur group. And in so leading that group, I have some success stories, many success stories of people that I've worked with over the years. I'm excited about what I get an opportunity to do for them. It's a great community, but you've got to know the right tribe. And so I audition for that all the time. But I will tell you, in 13 months, I have one that's in that group. She came in, she was making less than $200,000 under management. And in 13 months, she was at 800,000. Go and listen to that. I just did a YouTube channel or a video on that. So go listen to that as you continue to move forward. So I just summarized everything, but here's what I want to offer you. I have got a free report for you. It's 5 biggest mistakes that are keeping you overwhelmed and unprofitable as a female entrepreneur. Go get that. It's at chontahaynes.com/mistakes. I'll make sure it's in the comments below. But then what I would like for you to do is tell me how you are feeling about this, your experiences. I want to hear them. I also want to know what other topics you want to learn about. So watch the other videos, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure that you do. Like and share it, comment below, and go get that free resource because we're going to be profitable going forward. If I have anything to say about it, you are going to be profitable. All right. I'm Dr. Chonta Haynes with Heart Truth Ministries, helping you put feet to your faith so that you can walk victoriously. Have an absolutely fantastic rest of your week and be profitable. God bless.